Hey guys, Movie Junkie for Life here again, and this is going to be my review of Power Rangers 2017 version. Here we have a group of kids discovering these coins that grant them superpowers so that they can go ahead and save the town and inevitably save the world. So this is not the first Saban's Power Rangers movie that we've had. That would go to Mighty Morphin Power Rangers back in 1994, I think. And that's a movie that was near and dear to my heart because I loved the Power Rangers growing up. It was one of my favorite shows growing up. Granted, it wasn't the best thing out there, but I liked the campy nature of the show a lot. It was fun. It was a really likable cast of characters. And it also managed to be action packed. There was something very frenetic and energetic about it that I really enjoyed. It was bright, it was loud, and it suited the era that it came out in. So they've decided to reboot it like they've done with so many other titles these days, and they've brought us Power Rangers for 2017. So I made a lot of notes here, guys, and I want to get into what I liked and what I didn't like about it. So let's do it. First of all, let's talk about the visuals. This movie, granted, they have a huge budget. It looked really slick in a lot of places. I think where this movie excels is in the action sequences. That's when this movie has the most adrenaline, the most energy about it. Visually, I really liked the way the action sequences was handled. It's very much Chronicle meets Iron Man, I guess you could say. It does have that Chronicle feel to it, on a bigger budget. I like the Zords. I like what they look like. I even like the Megazord. I wish I could have seen more detailed in him, but there was the colors was a problem. I'll get into that a little bit. And costumes, huh? I like the metallic look, the metallic color looks. I had no issue with that. I even like the helmets a bit, but it's a bit hard to tell them apart because all of the costumes are very, very similar in design. Whereas, growing up, they all had very unique looking. I think it was really the helmets a lot. They were very unique looking and it was very easy. And the colors were so bright. It was very easy to tell them apart. Here, the colors are very muted, dark reds, dark blue. The blue is almost so blue, it's almost black, but whatever. I think they've tried to modernize it. They definitely took a look at the Iron Man armor and they molded these things based on that. So whether you like it or not might be personal preferences, but I know it didn't bother me as much as I thought it would, but at the same time they're not that memorable. I think that's the biggest problem. I don't think these costumes are very memorable. The story. The first half of this movie is basically an origin story. Problem is, it makes it drag. There were times when this movie felt to me like it was grinding to a dead halt, and there was part of me that wished that they would have maybe done the origin in the credits, like just give us a whole exposition thing and just get into the story, get into the action, because like I said, that is when this movie takes on life, is when they're doing the action sequences, when these kids are training. That's when it's fun. That's when it's more like the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers that I grew up watching. And it just, I don't know, it just halts. It's very Breakfast Club when they focus on the characters. I understand they need to do that. They're trying to, get us to connect with these kids and figure out why each one is the way they are. But it really, really, it's a whole different energy level. It just goes from here to here when they do it. And I don't know if it could have been handled better, but it is what it is. They also mainly focus on three people, and that's Jason, Kimberly, and Billy. Now, RJ, I think his name is RJ Seiler, the boy who plays Billy Cranston. A little tidbit here, he's named after Bryan Cranston. He's a Blue Ranger, and he was the standout. Even though Jason is supposed to be the team leader, I think his name is Dacre Montgomery. He's fine, but he just doesn't have that presence that says, leader. Whereas RJ manages to make Billy a character that you want to root for, a character that you want to see more of. Every time he's on screen, he's funny, he's engaging, he's endearing, and you just don't want anything to happen to him. You know, that's the ranger you find yourself rooting for. Everybody has their favorite ranger, and that's the ranger you find yourself rooting for. They also, like I said, they dig deeper into Jason, Kimberly, and Billy than they do Zach and Trini. We do get what's going on in their lives, but it just seems like it's stuck there, just to, you know, filler, and that's it. Elizabeth Banks as Rita. Ah, boy. I love Elizabeth Banks. Don't get me wrong. I really enjoy her. Zach and Mary Make a Porno is one of the, I don't know, I think that's one of the funniest things I've ever seen. But here, she was just so dark. I mean, Rita has always been a type of villain. Yes, she is cheesy. She's loud. She's over the top. She's crazy. But it's a fun kind of crazy. Elizabeth Banks' Rita is just crazy, crazy. She's brutal, and I don't know, maybe they wanted her to be like that, but it doesn't fit. Power Rangers is not that type of movie. It's not Justice League. It's not Avengers. The Power Rangers is supposed to be fun and light-hearted and just a group of kids saving the world and enjoying themselves in the process. This Rita is just insane in the worst way, and Elizabeth Banks, she chews the scenery. Every scene she's in, she's uber evil, and I just don't think it works, you know. So sorry to say, she's not the Rita that I think would work for this series in the future. I think they should try to replace her. Don't know how that will work, but maybe they could say she morphed into some other looking person, I don't know, but it didn't work for me. So what else? I made notes, guys, so I'm peeping at my notes, sorry. Bryan Cranston as Zordon. As most fans know, Bryan Cranston has been with the Power Rangers since the beginning. He was the voice of Zordon way back when. And we have Bill Hader as Alpha. That annoying ass character. I didn't really like the look of Alpha. The overlong arms just creeped me out. But I think Bill Hader did the best he could with that character, and Cranston's Zordon is on point. I also like the new look of Zordon, because the old look of Zordon was something that I never really liked, that big giant green head. I think what they did with it now is excellent, and I love the look of it. I love the look of the ship. They have the money, they have the budget, and they have made these things look sleek. But let's get to the core of this. Did they manage to bring the Power Rangers into this generation and make them as memorable as what we grew up with? And I think the answer is maybe, in that they do some things really well. The action sequences are fun. They are what they should be. You do feel the weight of the Zords when they're fighting. It's just very, very well shot, and I enjoyed that a lot. The kids are endearing, and they are a likable group. You do eventually bond with these kids, and I think that the actors, once they get into that natural rhythm of the roles, will make these characters quite likable. But this movie doesn't balance the fun and the action with the heart of what Power Rangers are. I don't think they did that well. It goes very dark, and then very light, and then very heavy, and then very light. They don't, how should I say, it's just like they don't know who the audiences they're looking for. Kids maybe under 13, or kids between the ages of 13 and 18? Or are they pandering to the ones that came before, like myself, who grew up with it? I don't even think it's really meant for us. There are a couple things thrown in there, Easter eggs here and there for the people who grew up on this, but I never got the feeling that nostalgia was something they were focusing on a lot in this. But other than that, there's some jokes that is not suitable for kids under a certain age. Certain things are said that is like, why are you talking about masturbation? You know, I don't understand. You know, why would you make jokes like that if your audience is gonna be that young? And then it would get really dark. So is it supposed to be for an older audience? I really never knew. So that lack of balance, it stopped me from enjoying this entirely. But is it a bad movie? No, it isn't. It is a movie that you'll watch. I think most people will just watch it and forget it. I don't think it's a movie that's gonna make a ton of money, but it's not a movie you're gonna come out to cinema and feel like, oh my god, I just wasted an hour and a half of my life. You're gonna enjoy it for what it is. So I'm giving Power Rangers 2017 a 6.5 out of 10. I think they have a lot of stuff they need to improve on. Hopefully they will do that. They'll take a look back and see what they can do to maybe lighten the atmosphere a bit. And I feel like if they focus on the action and the fun more, that is the heart of Power Rangers. You know, keep the kids how they are, but lighten the mood a bit. You don't need to be Batman v Superman. Be your own thing. So Power Rangers gets a 6.5 out of 10. And that's gonna be it for me, guys. So till next time, bye bye.